Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to Dr. Malayawati. My name is Situnu Shakir binti Muhammad Aminuddin and I would like to present my task 2 assignment where the title of the article is Rational Generation of Monoclonal Antibodies Selective for Pathogenic Forms of Alpha-synuclein. So this article is about a misfolded toxic form of alpha-synuclein has been implicated in the pathogenesis of cyanoclophatis, including Parkinson's disease, dementia with Lewy body, and also multiple system atrophy. So these alpha-syn oligomers and soluble fibril have been shown to mediate neurotoxicity and cell-to-cell propagation of pathology. So the first slide is about the major discovery provided by this article, which is to enhance the this enhance the safety and therapeutic of potency by preserving normal alpha syn function. For the second discovery is to minimizing the division of the active antibodies from the target by more abundant non-toxic form of alpha syn in the circulation and central nervous system. The hypothesis of this article is about approach allow for the efficient generation of antibodies which desired selective binding profile and protective activity against the toxic and propagating pathogenic of alpha-syn species. This result to indicate that computational modeling followed by immunization with disease-associated epitope represent an efficiency strategy to generate selective and protective MABS against the pathogenic alpha-syn. Moving on to the objective of the article is about to generate the antibodies capable of selectively targeting pathogenic form of alpha-syn. Computational modeling was used to predict conformational epitope, likely to use to predict the conformational epitope that exposed in oligomers and also small fibrils but not monomers. So there are three major methods used in this article, which is antibodies binding assays, theophlavin T seeding assays, and also cellular seeding assays. For the major result consists of two parts. The first part is the selectively of monoclonal antibodies raised against the conformational epitope, which a selective binding profile was also observed using SPR analysis. As you can see that the result from the SPR analysis. And the second one is immobilized MABS, all shown similar robust, binding to alpha syntoxic oligomers and also small soluble fibrils with a little or no binding to monomers or physiological tetramers. So the second one is also selective monoclonal antibodies raised against the conformation epitope, which evaluate by immunohistochemical staining of brain section from a patient with dementia with Lewy bodies. As expected, Lewy bodies were recognized and stained by a control pan alpha-syn antibodies. For the third one, we use protective activity of monoclonal antibodies raised against the conformational epitope. In vitro assay were conducted to determine whether binding of MABS to alpha-syn oligomers and also small soluble fibril observed above the translated into inhibition of the pathogenic activity, resulting the human PFF act as potent seeding agent promoting the aggregation of the alpha-syn monomers over the time as expected. So what are the what are the can this result interpreted differently? In my opinion, no, because alpha-syn is the stable among the two other, which is beta and gamma. The MABS also show little interaction with insoluble fibrillar brain deposit of alpha-syn, which could otherwise act as zinc diverting antibodies away from their pathogenic target. The use of selective antibodies delivered symptomatically or as antibodies via gene therapy vector as expected to provide an improved efficiency and safety profile compared to pan-alpha-syn approach. So what are the conclusions? So the conclusion is the result demonstrate that immunization with conformation epitope of toxic alpha-syn predict by computational modeling allowed for the successful. This is generation of highly selective MABS capable of inhibiting the seeding activity and neurotoxicity of photogenic alphacin while avoiding detrimental interaction with normal monomer and physiological tetramers. And for me, the conclusion is very agree with this statement because traditional method of immunization using linear peptide epitope while protein or protein aggregates typically give rise to the antibodies that recognize all form of the protein. Although although of the some alpha-syn direct MABs have been described to show greater selectivity for oligomer. Significant binding to monomer is still observed along the prominence of their reactivity with the Lewis body. For the supporting evidence, this this for this supporting evidence, this pattern of method actually have been patented by the researcher before this, that the application related to conformational specific epitope in alpha synucleic antibody also have been patented. So the method is really used in the daily the daily life. For the limitation of the research is about a way to treat the neutral divergent illness. It's not a cure for the this specific kind of neutral divergent issues. So that's all from me. Thank you.